Hi there, it's Dawn with Numerologist.com, and it's June! I'm so excited because, as many of you know, I live in the high Rocky Mountains where this year it's been a long, cold winter. My big joke is that I spent 3 months in Thailand to get out of the cold, and I still had 3 cold months of winter here in Colorado. So anyway, it is time for our June Oracle reading, and this month we're going to use a deck whose name, I'm sorry to say, I don't remember, but the images on here are related to Greek mythology. So it's still a traditional deck. It's just the images themselves bring in some of the Greek myths and heroes to represent different cards. So June is the month when we have the summer solstice. And for most of you, if you're in the northern hemisphere, of course, you've probably been experiencing warm weather for a while. Here in the mountains, it's kind of a new experience for us this year, but we're quite happy about it. Starting to get, not so big sweaters anymore, letting our skin show a little more. So, and of course, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's time for things to get cold. So let's have a look at what's in store for June, or one of the energies that you can play with and work with during June 2013. So I'm going to do what I usually do, which is let you see the card first. And there it is. Make sure you can see the whole thing there. Judgment. Okay, so in the traditional meaning of the word, which you can kind of see here, this is like the Judgment Day in the Christian stories of when the dead arise to be judged for their sins and whether they're going to go to heaven or not. I'm actually not super familiar with that. But in the tarot, the Judgment card is also connected. Let me see if I can hold this so it's not shaking so much for you. In the tarot, Judgment is connected with your own judgments, using wise judgments, living in alignment with your morals. So making judgments about speaking truth to power, making clear judgments that will serve you and serve others without undermining yourself or harming others. So judgment has everything to do with the decisions that you make and how those decisions come back and affect you. So you could even think of judgment, if you were to look at it in a little more of an Eastern perspective, it would almost be like karma, right? The judgments that you make pave the way for your life, for your future, and for those who are inclined toward reincarnation, for your future lives. Now, in this case, we have the image of Hermes or Mercury. You can see he's got the staff here with the snakes that go around it, which we know now, we use this image today to represent the medical establishment, because Hermes was like the first doctor. Hermes was also the one god in Greek mythology who could go to the underworld. So he often would be the one who would pass messages to Hades or Pluto from the heavens. He was there's a word for him, I forget the word, that a psychopomp, which means he could guide souls into the underworld. Because in the ancient Greek myths, the underworld wasn't seen as hell as we see it, like bad is underneath and good is up there. It was just the place where all souls went after they passed. And Hermes or Mercury was one of the gods that could go in there. He was a psychopomp. He would sometimes guide people, heroes and demigods, into the underworld, mostly heroes. So your theme, therefore, after all that little background of information, is to ask yourself during the month of June, and as we move through the solstice period, what judgments am I making today that will impact my life tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next season? So, from myself and the entire Numerologist.com team, may you make judgments that serve your highest good and the highest good of all. Until next time, I wish you a beautiful day. Mwah.